Alrighty, so pretty crazy day today. Um, Pretty crazy day. I started the day up 3%. Ended the or midday I was down 2%, and then I ended up closing up 0.5%. So some kind of vicious swings on the port. I stopped out of my VSAT. This was so sad. Very sad. It gapped up 6%. I probably should have moved my stop to break even. um, it capped up and then it literally just shit the bed. I took a full 1% loss on this. And hindsight, I probably should have just cut it even, I think. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Tough to say for me. I mean, I had a 3% cushion. I probably could have moved it to break even. That probably would have been the smarter play, hindsight. And then if it re-triggered, just buy the re-trigger. I'll note that for next time. But yeah, I hold it all the way at the low of the day, or previous low of the day, 31.17. Went all the way down to 29. This hurt because I risked 1% on it and I lost 1%. So that sucked. My run, I also got stopped out of this. I've been. This thing is junk, probably. Like, I've been giving it so many opportunities. It's still forming higher lows. I don't know. I'd give it one more chance, I think. But I'm losing faith in this. I mean, yeah. Losing some faith. Other than that, IWM hit a new all-time high today. So now we could reject off of that and correct, or we could keep going higher. Your guess is as good as mine. Nobody knows. There's a lot of stocks. There's a lot of groups. So do with that information as you will. Where are we in the cycle? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I thought the cycle would have been getting tired up here. Well, we're all the way up here. So I don't know. I've never been in a market like this. I've never been in a market so strong. I mean, the last time the stock market had a correction was almost 40% ago. That's pretty fucking crazy. So, people are very emotional with the day-to-day swings. I remember it was the end of the world right here. Stocks weren't acting right here. Stocks were not acting right according to everybody else, right here. And now everyone's jumping on the train, which is fine. But again, super emotional market. So just doing my best to just try and buy the best setups and make as little mistakes as possible. But again, market cycle, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And I'm just gonna just follow setups. And if shit's working, it's working. If it's not working, I'm gonna try to ease off the gas. But yeah, I think you gotta just do what you gotta do. Quarter four approaching. So, uh, open positions. I still have my cipher. I still have my wolf. Still have my iron. These things are getting pretty tired. I'd expect them to pull back at this point. Not a bad idea for taking some trims. Um, yeah, these things are getting pretty exhausted at this point. So we'll see what happens with them. Still on my AEHR. My AEHR is up from since the EP day. It is up 34%. So pretty nice trade from this gap up, and it's just riding that 10 pretty smoothly. DK, this was a beautiful one for me. Really beautiful. I mean, you had a 1% stop, and it's up 11% in 3 days. That's 11R. So really nice one. I didn't get. I just undersized it so bad. Uh, so it's still a nice winner, but it could have been so much bigger. This was a pretty big missed op that my system catches. And this was a really nice one. This is a really nice one. Yeah. So Metsi, I fucked this one up. I did get a decent average, I guess. Oops. I got an okay average. I bought on the 1 minute opening range high. This thing just was off to the races from the start of the day. I undersized it though. I only did 0.5% risk, and I meant to do 1% risk. So that's pretty unfortunate, I will say. At least I nailed my entry, because if I didn't nail my entry, I would have gotten no size at all. I was able to get about 11%, 10% of my account in this, so nothing crazy, but decent. But this thing has shown the ability to be able to make a big move, as you can see. So, I'm just gonna let this one work and just see where it goes. I mean, there's no reason this thing can't go to 40. Seems reasonable. $40. So, I'll take that nice little trade if it can do it. I'm gonna move my stop break even for Shursky. 27.86. Yeah, sure, whatever. I also bought TLRY today. This thing is not really moving yet, so I don't know how to feel about this. 10,000 shares. This is my most shares ever. Got a little volume increase. The MACD is trying to flip, but if it gets shut down tomorrow, this thing is not going to flip. It looks good. It looks good, I feel like. It's actually still viable, probably. Through this trend line. It's probably viable over today's high. I don't know. I'm scared about this one. I did risk 1% of my account, so I actually started sizing up today, which I don't like. But I thought if I'm going to size up, this is probably the best time to do it. So we're going to see how that pans out shortly. Did break this hourly range, so it is breaking out. MACD flip green. Volume not the best. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with it. MSOS had a nice little move today. At least it's trying to. Yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. These need to follow through. I'm not very confident, but it'd be pretty nice if they win. But I'm not very confident at all in these names, so we'll see what happens. Sound, I did buy this today. I added to this today over the 5-minute opening range high. It did not close that good. It literally just closed on the 5-minute opening range high. So pretty much my entry. The only reason my average is down here is because I had some yesterday. I am using today's low as my stop. So This thing didn't close that good either. Maybe it did close thin though, so you could technically probably buy this tomorrow if you wanted to. If it takes out this high, it probably takes out the 1705 high, and that's like your bigger level. So yeah. It didn't close great. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day. Either in the right direction or the wrong direction. We'll see. ONDS, I also bought this today. I bought this over the 5-minute opening range high. Didn't have that good of volume today, but it acted pretty nicely off this 5-minute opening range high level, which I liked. Closed decently, and it did take out this left side peak area. Now we need to get over this. We need to get over 686 or these previous highs, and then this thing can resume higher. We'll see what happens with this. Not confident in this either. Not confident in any of my longs besides METC today. So we'll see what happens. Focus list for tomorrow. Lumen is my number one. This looks like a textbook pullback setup. What I trade. Linear move up 45% in 4 sessions. Pretty good. And then pulled back on lower volume. Tried to bounce yesterday. Surfing this 10, and then tight candle today, inside candle, and the pullback volume is lower than the buy volume. On the hourly, you have a little flag kind of ish. So I would probably try some tomorrow. Just because it made a nice linear move up and then pulled back very nicely, and then now it's tight-ish. It's like a little mini flag. So we'll see what happens with this, but I do think this actually looks pretty decent, and I would try some tomorrow if it is gonna go. Yep. Alright. And then my next 2 watches are Open and OPAD. Pretty self-explanatory. Big move up, then sideways. Open, this isn't that close to the 10. It's kind of a little far away. It's the only thing I don't like about it, but you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of consolidation right under this HVC level. Pretty tight, a 2% change day, and who knows, maybe this thing goes parabolic. You gotta move to fucking 20 or some stupid shit. I'd like to be along for the ride for that, so I would probably buy it tomorrow. And then OPAD looks really good. This is sympathy to Open, but this isn't as tight. This would technically be breaking my rules if I long this. I'm not supposed to long stocks with a daily change above 7, negative or positive, and this was -8 today. However, the setup is pretty fucking nice. So I would consider breaking my rules in this scenario. It's a sympathy to Open, but at the same time, Open's stronger and tighter-ish. Just not OPAD's not extended, Open's extended-ish. So there's that. But at the same time, Open's the leader. Yeah, Open's your leader, and it trades more volume, and it's fast. Not faster, but it's fast. It's just better. I think it's better, to be honest. So I probably trade Open. CGC also actually looks pretty decent. Now, I usually don't trade stocks under the 200 moving average, so there's that. But it is tight. It's pretty tight. Again, and there's group strength, so weed as a whole is moving. So it could be good. I probably wouldn't play it because I already have TLRY, but I just want to watch it. RKT, this looks pretty good. It's just a little bit slow. It's a 5 ADR. But flag-wise, it looks really good. Made a nice move up and then tight on the 10. Very, very clean flag, in my opinion. If I had a big account, I'd be all on this. So this looks good. And maybe I would trade it. I don't know, but it looks good. 5 ADR, so it's not that slow, but you know, it's not as fast as some other stocks. You know, it made a decent 30% move up in, you know, 3, 6, 7 sessions. So pretty solid. But I think there's faster opportunities out there. Again, like something like Lumen, which made a 50% move in 4 days. Probably better. Yeah, so that's all I got. ASTS, this feels extended, so I probably wouldn't touch this, but I do want to watch it. And then SOGP, this doesn't meet my dollar volume requirements, but it is very tight and it looks very good. This is like a small account edge type setup. It looks really fucking good. It's super fucking tight. It just does not trade liquidly at all. And I cannot afford to get stuck in some bullshit like this. And I told myself I was going to stop trading a liquid junk. Anyways, it's just not worth my time, so I just don't want to fuck with it. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to that. That's all I got. Thanks.